Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, my mixed family. Today we're gonna talk about
how we survived our long distance relationship,
ah yeah
or how,
if it
or if it's hard.
yeah actually how it is in a
How we experienced it.
long distance relationship. So we're going to have our both testimony.
Testimony. Okay.
Okay, you want to say first?
Where should I start?
Or should
Where
I
can
start?
I start? It's a lot. You can't start also.
Okay. So when we have started to talk, right, in 7th or 6th of November?
7th of November.
7th of November.
You don't?
And we have started talk, and from there like we said in the last video, after how many? 3 months, right?
4 months.
4 months. 3 months. December, January, February. After 3 months, I met her.
You came to
Yeah.
visit now physically.
Yes, physically.
Met
And
me
of course,
physically.
after I saw that we are matching each other, everything is good, and yeah, of course, like inside ourselves, we decided, I think, for each other that we're going to continue this relationship. I came back home, and from there the long distance have started.
Actually, from the first time that we started communicating, blah blah blah, and you started asking me, like, in the first, is it after some weeks? And actually the first thing before I jump all over, you asked me first thing, hey, are you in a relationship? You wanted to be sure if this person you're talking to is somebody else.
Yeah.
And then from there I was like, I think we could go far with this one, since you are just straightforward with everything that you tell me.
Yeah.
The communication was, you are honest about everything.
Why would I lie? Anyway, so from when we start to be like in a relationship, right? But long distance relationship.
I didn't know we were in a relationship at first. You remember that day I started asking you, hey, what are we?
Yeah.
And you told me, hey, I cannot ask for something that I have already.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Hesitating on that?
Yeah, I remember when you asked if you're in a relationship and why I didn't ask you
Yeah.
if you want to be in a relationship, and I said I cannot ask for something that I already have.
Not even for me to be in a relationship, like some people usually ask, hey, would you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, anyways, we need to talk about long distance relationship and how it feels to be in a long distance relationship.
Yes.
Yes. So from there, when I came back home, I was so, let's say, a little bit happy, but more sad because we are no longer together. But of course, as we have talked when I was there, normally our plan was for her to come in July in Sweden on a tourist visa or Sambo visa. But yeah. Yeah, and I was waiting so much for her to come, and of course after 1 week after I left from from Kenya, everything was closed in Kenya, schools, flights, anything else, and her school, her, how we call that, medical school?
Yeah.
Yeah, was closed, and our plans were down. So we basically, I basically was destroyed, like, oh my god, I'm not going to see you. I knew that I'm not going to have vacation. At that moment my contract was at work was not a permanent job, and I had 3 months contract. I wasn't sure about what's going to happen and how it's going to be after that, and yeah, it was very hard when we find out that she cannot come, and she cannot. The reason that she couldn't come, it was because she couldn't finish her school. So applying for a visa, do all these documents, coming here, and you never know when the school goes up, it's opening again, and she needed to fly again back. It was catastrophic. Like you couldn't do it like that. So yeah, after we understood that we're not going to see each other that year, it started to be very, very hard. Me, I was just working, coming back home, working, coming back home. I wasn't, in 1 year, I don't think I have been one day out. I remember I was in the summer of 2020, I was with my colleagues, to some of my colleagues' barbecue. And no other place to be, like nowhere outside, and I was like,
Things are closed.
yeah, no, not in Sweden. I wasn't out because I was concentrating on like saving money for everything I knew that is going to come in the future, like all this, yeah, our process to bring you here and everything else. And I was so concentrated on the relationship to, yeah, to make everything happen, to do everything well. And it was hard. Every time we were with the phones like this, sitting, talking like hours. Every time I come from home, I call her. Every time we had some time, even in the weekends, we were sitting like hours,
Like
with the phones like this. It was catastrophically.
Even look for somewhere to place the phone.
Yeah, it's.
You do all the activities together.
Yeah, we were looking movies together. I would take my phone. I had the how you call this?
Stand.
Yeah, stand. Putting my phone here so we can look at the movies together, and it's very hard, very, very hard. You know, when you're not, you love someone and you're not together, you are thousands of kilometers away. It's not like okay, I take a flight and I come there tomorrow. I going to stay 3 days, 1 weekend, and I come back. It's not like that. So of course it was very, very, very hard, very, very hard. More than that, in Kenya it's very hard with the internet. For me, I cannot call from here by so we don't talk about WhatsApp, like real phone call. Yeah, I cannot call. It costs a lot of money. It's very expensive, and it was hard for me to call her. She didn't have internet all the time. It was very hard. She was not used to have her internet on. Every time she leaves the house, the internet is off. I try to call her, she doesn't answer. You think about so many things. It's very hard, you know. People have thoughts, and yeah, it's very, very hard. It's not like it's easy. So, but I think we have survived because both of us have.
We agreed to be in it.
Yeah, agreed, not like with each other, like me, I agreed with you. I have agreed with myself that I'm going to dedicate
Your time.
yeah, all the respect, all the time, everything is needed to make this happen.
True.
Yeah, so of course it was hard, and the year almost have passed. July have gone, August, September, October, November, December, Christmas again. I said, okay, what am I gonna do? I haven't seen you in so long, and okay, I bought again tickets. to come in Kenya. Yeah, so of course when we see each other, the second time was like amazing, magic,
Yeah, amazing.
magic. And yeah, after we been there again for like 1 month, yeah, again I needed to let her in Kenya and I come home by myself. It was so hard. It was like, I don't know, crazy hard.
Okay.
Yeah, when I let you there and I needed to come back. Of course, now in December 2020 the schools have opened and she has started to do her last 4 months of school, whatever. Now we knew that she needs to clear the school soon, and we started to do all the process with documents and everything, so I can bring her here and to be with me and whatever. And yeah, it really was a long process because of it was not because of basically we have finished our school in May.
June,
May.
Almost,
Yeah.
The second week of June.
But the papers in Kenya and the documents is crazy. To do an ID, to do a passport, to do all those types of things, it takes, oh my god, it takes a lot of things, and it was very, very hard. I mean, this process was very hard. But yeah, now she is here, so in September we came, 4th of September we came, and that was crazy. Yeah. So this is how I felt. It was very hard, and I think it takes much. I mean, it takes very much. If you're not ready for this, for sure it's not going to work.
For real.
Yeah, if you're not dedicated to the person, if you're not dedicated, you want a family, or no, this is not going to work. It's useless. And we also had fights when we were away, but not like every week or every day, or we had fights that had a good reason, and very rare, like maybe 3 times.
You know, when you
times.
say fights, some people will think like mother fights.
No,
like
fights like discussions, like
not really fights.
No, not fights.
Like disagreements.
Yeah, disagreements. Yeah, but not many. I think 3 times, 4 times in this 1.5 year.
And all it was because of me.
Yeah. So
let me say my part.
Yeah.
From the beginning. Now, now from when you came at the first time, because I was excited meeting this new person. Now dating from out of my race. That was my excitement. I want to meet this new person, I want to learn more from him, blah blah blah. I was just full of excitement, and then so after you left, in that times after the corona, blah blah blah, so we kept on communicating.
Yeah.
And when the communication was going on, I wasn't used to communicating that much. Because at times I would start feeling uncomfortable. I wasn't used to hold my phone for so long, talking to someone. Excuse me. Talking to someone for that long. So I started getting used to, and then the more you communicate with someone, the more you start blending in with the differences and all that. And what would I say? In this process that you are still communicating before you come the second trip, I used to feel like this thing is getting really hard, because yes, you are honest about everything, and then sometimes I will feel like you are not like trusting me in some here and there, I will tell you, hey babe, you know I'm somewhere, but you will be like, hey, no, I don't believe you, I don't believe you, Jamila. You stayed there, you said you're going there to stay for 1 hour. Now you stayed 2 hours, Jamila, I don't believe you. And I will feel like, oh my god, this relationship is really hard for me. I need to tell you everything, blah blah blah. And I felt like, let me put myself in your shoes. And I felt like if I was you, I'm dating someone away from me, I don't see her, I don't blah blah blah. So I felt like if you did the same to me, like I asked you where are you and you don't tell me, you're not honest, and you don't send me like some confirmation, maybe, hey babe, I'm here, or some audio to keep the communication going. And I started feeling like, hey, Jamila, you're not doing it right. So I just did I collected myself. I did some meeting and I said, let me not feel like this is a burden, because if the same was done to me, I wouldn't feel good. And I started saying, okay, I'll be doing the communication right as it needs to be. So that was the challenging part for me, saying where I am every time, sending pictures, blah, blah, blah.
Sending pictures of what?
If I am somewhere and you don't believe me, I need to confirm to you, babe, I am here.
Me, I don't remember this part with pictures.
Okay, but you're going to catch that.
No, I'm not going to. But of course, in a long distance relationship, you need to have trust. And me, as my early relationships, let's say 1 or 2 was based on so-called trust, but otherwise you couldn't trust no one in the relationships I had before. So as a man, of course, with a woman in another country, I don't believe. And you had some situations in which you have lied without
so many.
Yeah, in which you have lied, and I by myself found out you have lied, and of course I wouldn't trust. I needed to grow the trust again.
And why are you saying that you don't remember when you used to tell me to send pictures and blah blah blah?
Which pictures? I don't
so
remember.
So the thing is, there are some days that, let me say, there are some friends who can also mislead you sometimes. There are some days I would go somewhere and maybe I have asked him before, I have this place I want to go, I've been invited, blah blah blah. And for him, he feels that he's not comfortable with me going there. When he tells me that, I will feel like, mtu ananikazia, hataki niende ma places zenye mimi nataka. So I will feel like, let me. So I will ask some friends, no, I wanted to go do this and this, and my friends at that time, they will tell me, usikae na mtu mwenye anakupangia pangia maisha.
You need to say it in English, because otherwise people is not going to understand. It's not just African channel here.
Okay, now I take it, I translate it. Hey, you don't need to be with someone who is always like telling you this and that. But then they're not in a relationship. Me, I used to hear from them and it will bring like fights in our relationship. And the good thing could be, why are you shaking your head, babe?
Because I know what I have been through.
The good thing could be, instead of me choosing my friends at that time, I would have put my relationship first as he did, and we couldn't be having these arguments. Because for him, he will tell me maybe sometimes when he has been invited somewhere and he feels like I'll be in doubt, he will tell me, I've been invited in this and this place, and he asks me, what do you think about it? And I tell him, it's okay, you can go. And he will say, I don't think it will be good for me to go. So he will always choose our relationship. And when I came to realize this, and I said, oh my God, this relationship means so much to me, and I need to do things right. So when you're in a long distance relationship, you need to always be if you're ready for the relationship, choose it and make it your priority. Don't let other people ruin it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. I think if your long distance relationship is how to put it, it's based on trust and respect. For sure, the relationship is going to be easier. Harder is just it's just you that do it, you and your partner, because the lack of trust makes the relationship very hard. Well, even more harder than you cannot touch, you cannot see, so like in person here, you cannot,
For it to
so
bring some connection, you need to continue with the communication, blah blah blah.
And the trust is the most important thing, because otherwise you cannot. It's very hard without trust. Yeah. So I think
the main thing during these times of long distance, just communication, honesty, be honest about everything. If you feel the other person is uncomfortable with some things that you're doing, talk about it.
Yeah.
And there is nothing me, I will say long distance relationship is the hardest relationship ever.
Yeah, of course it is. But it depends from which side, because for me now I think the long distance relationship is hard because you are not here with me. And I cannot touch you, I cannot kiss you, I cannot hug you, I cannot do anything. So I was just here by myself and so on. That's why it was hard, but from someone else's eyes, they could say, okay, our long distance relationship is because it's hard because we fight too much when you're not with each other, we don't understand.
And then it can be hard also if someone is not like ready for it. You're not prepared for it. Not prepared, what am I saying? You're not like dedicated to it. Because me, I remember the first times I used to feel like it's really hard for me, but when I came to now open my eyes and I've seen like, okay, this is like I'm playing with my future here.
Yeah, it's something legit. Yeah, when you find someone in your
relationship legit.
Yeah, when you find someone, and sometimes in life it's like that. You find someone good and you don't take in serious the relationship, you lose them so easy. So me, I have always tried to open her eyes to see that me, I really wanted to have a relationship with her. She also wanted, but it was manipulated in some ways, which were not, it was degrading our relationship. Let's say like that. The choices that she was doing at that moment was against our relationship.
True.
So you just need to balance on how you choose. I don't say that friends can be bad, friends can be good, friends can be the best people. But when it comes to your own life, you need to take your own decisions. It doesn't matter what people scream here, you are the one that live the life, and you need to take your own decisions. I cannot ask my friend, my best friend that has 50 years friendship with me, to ask, what do you think I should do with my wife, or what do you think I should do with my girlfriend? It's good to do that, it's good to do that. I cannot, because he is not in my shoes. He doesn't feel my feelings. He doesn't think what I think. So you cannot ask that. Your family, your choices in life is just yours. You cannot. You are the one that
make the decisions for yourself.
You cannot. So me, I cannot ask my friends what they think I should do with my girlfriend. or
And that is a mistake that me I used to do.
yeah, there's many people that does the same
consult
mistake.
people, what do you think? What do you think I am?
Yeah.
And from when I started like making decisions by myself, so I realized that making good decisions, making like brave decisions, actually just making any decision can affect your life, and it's good to think about, not just to think about the time now, but what is there in the future.
Yeah. Because yeah, our choices is
They really affect
the future.
our lives.
Yeah, so this is basically it in a long distance relationship. Trust, respect, communication, and if you really want to have this relationship, try to manage to not make something against your partner, because that's not going to bring you in a better place. Yeah, it's and as I said,
and also patience.
Don't listen to people around you. Don't listen to what people say, because that's not their life. It's your life.
You can listen and know what to take, what not to take.
I don't. Of course, you need to listen to people, but listening is just listening. It's like I listen to music and I don't need to do what they do in the songs. Yeah, so I listen to people what they say, of course, because you have friends, you listen what they say, but you go home and you do as
the decision that you make personally.
Personally, and because it's your life, it's not theirs life. You can't give advices on someone else's life, what they should do with their life, or you should do this with your husband, with your boyfriend, you should do that, you should do that, you should do that with your child or whatever. These are decisions that people need to take them by themselves, and that's it.
And in long distance, it also takes patience.
Yeah.
A lot of patience.
A lot of patience too. Yeah.
And you also need like to believe in each.
Yeah, basically in 1.5 years we have seen each other 2 times, 3 weeks and 1 month.
Me actually, the first time that I really had like doubts, it's in the first times. I was like, this guy, is it true that he's going to come? Because imagine from a random message. And you're waiting for someone to see him, and you believe everything he says. Hey, I'm going to come on this day, this day, this day. What do you think we should do around here, there? You're like, this one sounds too good to be true. So it needs you to also have like
trust. Trust is the word.
Yeah.
Of course, not everyone is the same, but
because there are some people who can lie also.
I know.
I'm coming.
I know.
These days.
I know it's very hard to trust people by the internet. So maybe let's say we are a lucky how to say it? Lucky couple, huh? We are a lucky couple because we have trust in each other. Favored, yeah. So I think that's it for this long distance relationship people. My advice is, of course, you cannot give advice as I said, but for us, I have been in a not for I don't.
I thought you were saying that I cannot give advices. I was like, oh my god.
No, not advices for a specific person. But for people that have long distance relationship, just trust in each other. That's the most powerful thing. Respect each other. True. Because even if it's very hard to say as a boy, as a guy, I'm going to a party, blah blah blah, because there of course are going to be a lot of hormones and whatever. So that where my choices were to not go to any, because it doesn't make me, it was nothing make me feel good. And temptation, there is many things you can't talk in one vlog. There's many
True.
things, yeah. It's many things that can, in just 1 second, you can destroy everything. They may think, okay, she's not here, she doesn't know, blah 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 blah. It's not just like that. But yeah, trust in each other, respect each other, respect the other's decisions, and yeah, if you see everything doesn't go as planned, doesn't go as you want, it's up to you if you want to continue the relationship or not.
True.
And yeah,
It's good that you always like believed in me, give me time
of
to
course,
rectify
'cause
my bad habits.
I've seen it's not your fault, it was just the environment. Yeah. So guys, that's it, yeah? I think we are done with this long movie. It's like a series.
Thank you for watching,
Yes.
and
Subscribe.
thank you for our returning subscribers.
Yes.
I'm becoming a YouTuber now.
And anyway,
For the new one, welcome.
for welcome, yes.
This is Constantine and Jamila.
My mixed family.
Aha.
And share the videos if you like. We have a lot of videos, and more videos is going to come. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.